France, I'm not convinced again.
Yeah.
They feel like they could do with a striker.
They
Even with Mbappe on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they could do with a striker.
I from watching that game, I realized that France without Mbappe as well, they are nowhere to be seen. Then Griezmann isn't the quality he was. Someone just said it on social media.
Yes.
He's in the quality he was back then in the 2010s. You know, he had so many one-on-one chances and he still couldn't convert. Him and Rabiot especially, they were there. They created the chances, but they just couldn't get the ball past the line. And I just feel that from what I've seen in the last two games, I'm not too convinced of them being in the finals or in the semis, because yes, Kante has been able to help them defensively because he's been the man of the match in both. Yeah?
Yes.
And I think he's the one player who's been able to hide all those problems that have been in this French squad so far in this campaign. Because if you remove Kante from this squad, France would be in a really, really big trouble. But since he's been back, ameweza kuficha mashida zote za nyumbani. Yeah. Why you guys laughing?
Okay, yes, it's him and Mike Maignan. I believe him coming into the national team, I had a few doubts about him based on the heights Lloris had taken this team, but Maignan has been a pretty solid guy. It's right, you say the second game for France against Netherlands, he showed some flaws with them on the offensive side of the ball. Marcus Thuram, I'm not really impressed with him playing as a sole striker. I believe the system that he plays in at Inter Milan, having Lautaro Martinez next to him,
a double striker.
Yeah, that could be the suitable option for him. We've seen France in the past go with spear number 9, so that would be Karim Benzema or that would be Olivier Giroud. Probably those are the guys that Didier Deschamps would go with right now, with Olivier Giroud being part of the team. Then the wingers, that's either Kingsley Coman or you bring in Ousmane Dembele. I believe that they can do more, but it's getting in, providing the crosses, or them even going in and scoring goals. So I believe that's the only problem that I have with them. Defensively, I had issues, but it's all sorted right now.
I'm not quite sold out on Saliba. I understand
Playing
why.
on the other side.
I now understand why he wasn't really picked in the previous occasions, because in the chance that Kante helped solve in this when they were conceding a chance.
Yeah.
Kante really helped Saliba because he wasn't really comfortable with the ball as much as
he's playing on a different side.
Yeah. Yes, I get it, but it's the Euros. It's a competition. It's a tournament. There's nothing we are not giving chances to anything. You have to be perfect in this thing. If not, you won't be able to progress. And from what I saw, from how I saw him playing, I wasn't too convinced. He wasn't really comfortable with the ball. Most of the times he kept losing the ball to the opponent.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I think it's testament that the one standing out most of the time it's N'Golo Kante. So I think he's really helped the team. Again, as you said, the attacking bit, the number 9. I think it's something the French are missing, but something positive or something testament to the French. In most of the tournaments, they usually start slow. Wanakanga group stages, wanakanga funny. They start slow and then as the zone they pick up. Mm-hmm. So I think they might just pick up as the tournament goes on.
The French have always been like this. French don't do well with the main striker. You think Benzema? Yeah. Their main triumphs, they've never had the only triumph they had a decent striker would be Euro 2000. Mm-hmm. David Trezeguet and Henry.
Yeah.
But 98, they had Stéphane Guivac. Look him up. He scored no goal. They won the World Cup.
Giroud some time back.
2018,
yeah,
they won the World Cup. Giroud scored no goal.
Yeah.
That's the way it normally works.
So there's a kind of influence.
It's the way it normally works. They work with a striker who is like, what did you used to call Wout Ghost? He hung the coach that you hang the ball and wait for the others to come in.
Yeah, hanger. He was a hanger.
Yeah, something like that is what has worked with the French.
Yeah.
And now Thuram, of course, is not that kind of player because I don't think Thuram is great with holding the ball up. Yeah. And Mbappe just doesn't look right. Even before the injury, even in the Champions League, Mbappe just hasn't looked right. That's the way I feel. And I think part of it is with him exiting
The
PSG.
transfer.
With no, he doesn't play games. He plays some. He just hasn't looked settled. Even in the Champions League, he wasn't the Mbappe of the World Cup. So even this one, even in the first game, he has flashes. I at times feel like he's trying to do too much. Like he's trying to impose himself almost too much. Because I feel at times you have to let the.
But what if the rest of the
No,
guys are not doing anything?
You have no. You at times you have to let. If you try, at times if you force too much, it just doesn't work.
And maybe
At times it just doesn't work. You have to be very clear in when to force and how to. That's why took 27 3-pointers and missed. They were forcing it.
Yeah.
And that's the only example I could think of. At times you need the game to come to you, and I feel like it's just not. And also because he has a huge weight of expectation on
or
him.
also being the captain as well. Maybe that pressure as well.
He just hasn't looked it. This French team is, I don't know. It's solid at the back. I'm not too worried about
Saliba, yeah.
I'm not worried. Nah. He's got the pace to get himself out of trouble, and you have the insurance of N'Golo Kante, so you're fine. I'm worried about creatively. I don't see it. Like,
Yes,
and
that's the
you
problem.
have a point. Griezmann is obviously getting on. He hasn't looked like the Griezmann who played at the World Cup in that role, and he looked good. So I don't know. The big teams have
They look funny.
I'm not sure. But then again, not many teams have been great. So that is France.